Okay, had to give me some dessert ready. All right, as you guys see, chicken fried rice. And my drink is a hybrid. It's the strawberry berry and adding some of the lemon. I wish I had some green onions. And I could have had the green onions. I went to the store, thought about getting the green onions, but didn't. It's hot. real hot. I thought I was giving it some time to cool. But it was not. I like my broccoli right when it changes to the bright green color. I still like the crunch in it. That's the best. You guys, I'm sitting and thinking about something, and I'm gonna share it out loud with you. But I was reminded of a time in my life where I met this young man that today, I believe the only reason why he wanted to date me was because of who he thought I was, as far as being like popular and really liked, right? And I'm a likable person. Everybody really likes me. Even when you talk to people from back in the day, I never had problems with people in school. I just was a likable person. I'm a likable energy. And people definitely want to be around me a lot. And I met this young man at a time where I hadn't matured yet. And I was flattered for his attention. But along that journey, think about to the times where he was telling me that either he didn't like me, like who I really was, like not who he thought I was. When he got to know who I was, he didn't like who I was. He liked the image of who I was. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But through the journey and through, our years together, I'm remembering there's this one time he sent me a song. He likes music, and so he was communicating to me through music. And I know a lot of men do that, and I'll call that the mixtape or the boombox effect. Have you ever seen Love Actually or some kind of like romantic rom-coms that have men that will be out in front of your house with a boombox proclaiming their love for you. And it's supposed to be seen as really beautiful and beautiful and sorry guys, I got a phone call. But it's supposed to be very beautiful and romantic, right? Well, and at the time, I think I thought it was sweet. At the time, I thought that. But he sent me this song by a man named French Montana. And it's called Famous. And French Montana, the words are basically saying that he hopes, he's talking to a young woman, and he's telling her that he hopes that she doesn't get famous because he knows that if the world sees you, that they're gonna love you and basically take you away from him. And it's basically like, I hope you don't get famous. And I kept listening to that song, I'm like, that's not flattering at all. It's actually very, like an assassination almost. And if you're the kind of woman that has got very low self-esteem, you're gonna hear that song and you're gonna think, oh, he wants to keep me to himself. No, bitch, he wants to keep you to himself. That's not flattering. He knows that as soon as the world sees who you are and sees how bright and beautiful and smart and intelligent and strong and bold and non-wavering you are, he knows that you're out. As soon as you get experience to things better than him, you're out. As soon as you can see, like I said, better than him and be able to compare it, be able to see what you could have, you're gonna be out. And so basically in an attempt to keep you from heading out, in an attempt to keep you from escaping their grasp, I hope that you don't get famous. I'm just sitting here thinking about that, like, I thought that was cute. And how who I am today is so mature. I wouldn't even attract a person like him anymore. And he had his good moments, but he had a lot of bad moments too. And particularly, he had bad moments that were needing a therapist and needing a psychologist. But like many men, he was not doing what he needed to do for himself. And when he had episodes, they would come out on the people that were the closest to him, which i.e. meant me. And I realized that I didn't have to take that. I realized that I didn't need to take that because it wasn't mine to take. I'm not a ride or die girl. I'm not somebody that's gonna stick with you through everything. I'm not. I'll stick with you as long as you don't try to stick it to me. If you know how to go through without bringing somebody down, I'll stick with you. But if you can't go through without bringing me down, I can't stick with you. That's abuse. And I'm not interested in that, right? I definitely gave my years to that. I'm now aware of what it looks like, what it feels like. And that's nothing that I'm ever gonna go back into. And additionally, this morning, I'm definitely one of those black women that is okay if I don't get married. Because financially, I'm okay. I have a beautiful home. I'm looking to adopt. I live here in Mexico, and so I'm looking to adopt. So really, my life is really good. It's really full. It's really happy. So marriage is not something that's going to make me happy because I'm already happy. But this morning, there's a lady. She's not really a relationship coach, but she's more of a self-development. And I used to listen to her last year, but we kind of got out of alignment. And so I stopped listening to it for a little bit. Not really intentionally, we're just out of alignment. And so, this morning she came up on my feed here on YouTube, and so I listened to her, and she was talking about a state of being, and I currently am in the state of content, and I've been in the state of content for about 6 months, and it has changed my life. Redefining what content looked like, what it looked like for me, what it felt like, and how I wanted to stay in that state of being and feeling content all the time. And I do. Hey, Wolfman. However, she made me go back and look at the thought of getting married while in my content state. And I had never done that before. The last time I was talking or even thinking about, come on over, Wolfman, about getting married, I definitely was in a state of rejection still. Meaning how the men, I see it's so crazy because I'm so content, I don't even feel like talking about that no more. Like, that is just weird to me, just to even go back into that. But thinking about getting married or having a partner from the state of where I'm sitting now into content. And it really did throw me for a loop this morning. So I think that today's theme, I'm kind of just thinking about, where I am now and who I am now. I'm very happy where I am and who I am now. I'm very stabilized in who I am right now. And if a man came around right now, it would be a conversation of here is where I am and here is where I am going. Me. Just because you join my life does not mean that I'm changing where I'm going. I'm very clear. I have been going in this direction for 5 years now. I've made a lot of progress. I've had a lot of celebrations. I'm about halfway there. So I'm not turning around from where I'm at because I'm organized and disciplined enough that I knew how to get myself where I wanted to be. So a man that comes into my life now needs to have financial investment money to be able to invest in me to help me get to where I'm going, or where he's going is compatible with where I'm going. And that's two different things. You can either be compatible on where I'm going. I'm not changing where I'm going. My boat and my sail is already due north, right? I am already on my way. So either you can join where I'm at and you can contribute financially, or you can see if where you're going is compatible with where I'm going. And if yours is compatible with where I'm going, then we can make that work. But I, by no shape, form, or fashion, am canceling where I'm going because, I am not for women just sitting around and not having a plan. I think women should have masculine energy. And I think that men that don't like women with masculine energy, I think that they're very feminine. I think that those are weak men that cannot appreciate the masculine energy in a woman, because it is the masculine energy in a woman that helps her to be able to be stabilized so that you are not feeling like you're having to come in and save her. If you want a woman that you have to come in and save, then you can't complain about women not having anything because you looked for women that you could save, right? I'm not a woman that needs saving. So therefore, I'm going to have a lot of masculine energy. Also because I'll be 42 in a few weeks, and I've had to live a life alone for 42 years. I had to have masculine energy so that I could get myself somewhere, because I was not interested in not being somewhere in life. I was not interested in not being happy with who I was with myself and not having things in my life. I wanted things, so I had to get it, right? Masculine energy helps you to discipline and order yourself enough to get what you want to get in life. Why would you tell me that you're sitting on the toilet, weirdo? Everybody can see that. You're so weird. But anyway. So again, I'm not a woman that necessarily needs to be saving, but I am a woman that can give a man direction. And I'm very appreciative of men that are honest. Like, I'm not the planner. I'm not necessarily a person that has the ideas, but I have finances. I appreciate that, right? And I appreciate one of my last partners that I was with. he just flat out told me, I'm a helper. I'm a person that whatever you got going on, I can get behind you and push. And I appreciated that tremendously. We weren't in alignment because he had children, and I don't have children right now. So even though I'm going somewhere, I still like a lot of attention. And when you already have children, you can't give me the attention, the level of attention that I'm going to want. So I preferably don't like to be with people that already have children. However, I'm eating chicken fried rice, the end of my chicken fried rice, and then I'm going to eat my dessert. All of that was just to talk about what was going on in my head. I was sitting here eating. I was having a conversation, and I just wanted to say it out loud to you guys so you could know what I was thinking about. I'm just thinking about how much I've changed over the last 5 years and how sure I am with where I'm going. And thank you, Gizmo, for you to do. Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking about how proud I am of myself, for sure. I brought myself to Mexico, and that was a part of the plan. I have my journals. Dessert. I have my journals, and they're talking about Mexico, getting land, getting a house in Mexico. And so looking at myself now, I'm like, bitch, you're doing it, you did it, right? And now, like I said, in process of getting introduced to the adoption community here in Mexico, because I know that in the next 2 years I want to bring home children. I want to adopt. And I have no doubt that, plans, what I learned over the years, I'll say this by myself personally, I learned that plans need to go slow. No, I'm not a lefty. The video is just backwards. I'm not a lefty. Well, let me say this. I do some things like a left-handed person, so I would not call myself ambidextrous, but I will say that I realize that I do some things like a lefty. Vitamins. So that was it. I was just thinking about myself, thinking about how proud I am, seeing where I've gone, thinking if I'm open to something, if I'm open, I don't know. I don't know. Right now, it would be a very hard. It wouldn't be hard to date. It would just. I'm just thinking about what she said this morning. That's not putting me in a state of desiring, because I don't think I have a desire. But it's just, so now you know what, Wolfman, that I'm right-handed, but I'm right hand, not handed, right hand. This has turned in like my favorite. I ate it yesterday, and it was so darn delicious. I don't really like strawberries. Let me say that. I purchased them, and I should not have. I like blueberries, and not liking strawberries is kind of new. Because when I was little, I used to love strawberries. Or I think that I liked the strawberries that had sugar on them. So I don't know if I really liked the strawberry, if I just thought the strawberries were super, super sweet. As I started eating like whole strawberries, I'm like, why are they never as sweet and as satisfying as they were when I was a kid? Because we were putting tons of sugar on them, right? And so, yeah, no. And then also, I do think that, my interested men. I do think that the strawberries are different than the strawberries we ate back in the 90s and the 80s. So different. But it's the Greek yogurt. The Greek yogurt elevates it. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming in. Oh, I'm definitely about to enjoy this dessert. I'm back. I'm gonna log off of here because it's about to get ugly. And y'all don't need to see how ferocious I'm about to get with this right here. So I love you. I love myself. Thanks for joining. Make sure you liked, shared, and subscribed. And that's it. See you guys.